What is going on, my friends, my family members, Mattitude22, or Matt, it doesn't matter. Guys, I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I'm doing a little movie review. Movie review. Figures are my main jam. I'm all about figure reviews, but anyway, so super excited for this movie. I don't want to say first of all, let's fix that. Let's fix that. I'm not making this upright. All right, I don't like that. There we go. That feels much better. That feels much better. All right, so if you guys didn't know this about me, I'm really big into figures, obviously, but I'm also big into audiobooks. I like to listen to audiobooks. I like to when I'm working out at the gym, or when I'm at work, or when I'm on the bus, or whatever. I like to listen to me some good audiobooks. That doesn't really make sense, but whatever. Uh, so one movie I was excited for, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I recently listened to all three of those books, and not going to talk about the books too much. It's not about that. We're talking about the movie because I did see it today, uh, and I have mixed feelings about it. I said I haven't done a movie review in a long time, so if you guys like this, if you guys want to see me review movies, make sure you comment that down below. Uh, if not, then tell me also, and I won't do this anymore. I mean, it's up to you. Anyway, I I don't want to say that I didn't like this movie, but I also don't want to say that I enjoyed it. All right, so we get four monsters, but I think essentially five stories, and they feel very. First of all, the monsters, maybe minus the jangly man, get very, very little screen time. The rest of this feels almost like a Goosebumps episode or like a Scooby Doo episode, where it feels like it's kids trying to solve a mystery, and then stuff gets in their way, be it other characters, be it other events. And I will say, spoilers for this movie. So if you want to watch this movie, you know what? Actually, I won't spoil it. We're gonna keep this spoiler free. Uh, but anyway, that's what this movie really feels like. It's not super scary. It doesn't feel like a good horror movie, and we had a lot of really, really good. I shouldn't say really good, but this was almost the summer of horror movies. We had Annabelle Returns, we had Crawl, we had Brightburn. Uh, what else? Child's Play. There was a couple other. Midsummer was like a horror ish not horror ish. If you can't tell, I'm tired. I've been working a lot, but that was kind of like a horror ish movie. Did I say Annabelle? I don't remember, guys. There might have been some. There might have been something else. I don't remember everything. Feels like we had a lot of horror movies, and this was the one that was super anticipated. For me, in my opinion, because I enjoyed the books for the most part. I didn't enjoy all the stories, but I liked more, or I enjoyed more. There was more I liked and more I didn't like. I don't feel like this movie did the books justice because it didn't really pay tribute to the monsters. I feel like it didn't really tribute to the monsters that made the book so good. Well, if you've read the book, there is some stuff you're gonna pick up on. There is definitely some stuff you'll know right away, like, okay, this is gonna happen. This is what's coming up. If you didn't read the book, then you're just gonna enjoy it. I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's a fun movie. They did dial up the scares a little bit. This, all right, the personal story. When I was a kid, I liked Goosebumps a lot, but I was always too scared to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't know, was that a thing in America? I don't know. In Canada, it was Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was like growing up in the 90s. That was like the big show on TV where, like, oh man, like your parents let you watch Are You Afraid of the Dark? Uh, this feels almost like an episode of that, or maybe it feels like in between Are You Afraid of the Dark and Tales from the Crypt, but it leans more towards this side because they did dial up the intensity. The monsters look great, they look scary, and it's not CGI. They used all practical effects, which is good. I mean, it's good. It translates better to the screen. So they use all practical effects, and that's nice. The monsters, they all looked really good. They all looked like they were supposed to, like they came out of the book. It's just the unfortunate thing is that they they do receive very little. I shouldn't say very little screen time. They serve their purpose, but they're just not there a lot. Uh, None of the characters are super likable. I found myself not able to identify with anybody. Not to say that they were all bad, but they were just all annoying in their own way. And this is just me, and this is just my personal experience. Guys, the thing you have to remember is that movies are subjective, because a movie that I like you might not like, or something that you might like I might not like. I like Suicide Squad and I like Green Lantern, and a lot of people don't like those movies. Uh, and I do. I don't like. Uh, I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I really don't like. But uh, regardless, like I said, movies are subjective. This was just my experience, and in a summer where we had a lot of horror movies, and we still have a couple. I think Till Death Do Us Part is that what it's called? Or no, Ready or Not. I think Ready or Not is still coming out in September or end of August actually. Uh, so we still got that. This movie was just whatever. It was just in between the spectrum of horror movies we had. It wasn't super scary, but I mean, it was scary in a sense. In a sense, I think you'll be scared if you go, but in a different way, if that makes any sense. And it's really hard to explain. You have to just watch the movie. Like if you put yourself in that situation, and one of the characters, his name's Ramon. He faces a very scary situation, and I don't want to spoil that because I want you to go out and watch that movie. But for him, he faces a very scary journey. uh, Ruth, another character, she faces a scary time in her life, and that's what it is. I mean, the monsters look scary, they look great, but this is not a monster movie. This is about these kids have to solve a mystery because that's what's happening, because something they did, because I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but because they got into something they shouldn't have, now there's stuff going wrong, and now it's like, oh, I guess we got to get to the bottom of this. We got to figure out what's going on, but of course we can't tell anybody. We can't go to the police, or we can't tell any adults, or we just have to solve this ourselves with nothing but our plucky wit and our childlike wonder. And that's what it is. The ending was hit and miss, because uh, they didn't tie it up in a neat little bow like I had expected. There was still some stuff that was left unresolved. And going into this movie, I thought I thought 10 minutes in, once you get a feel for the tone, once you kind of understand the tone of the movie, you feel like, okay, we know what this is going to be about. And I had already thought, like, I know where this ending is going. I understand where this ending is going. And then it went in a different direction, which is good. I mean, it's good for the sake of the movie, but it kind of leaves you wondering if that's a direction we want it to go. And like I said, that's without spoil. That's trying to be not spoil it. I mean, if you want me to do a spoiler review, I will. Make sure you tell me in the comments. Um, Other than that, this is this is a fun kind of suspense movie. This is a fun suspense movie. You're not gonna be scared. I don't think you're gonna be. You're not gonna be grossed out. There's maybe a little bit grossed out. One scene is particularly disgusting, and then there's one scene if you have arachnophobia, that might be a little scary. Which again, that's not necessarily scary because of a movie. That's just scary because in real life people are afraid of spiders, and that's a scary situation that one of these kids faces. And but that's all it is. And then just like any monster encounter, it comes and goes really quick. uh, so that's it. That's kind of just my thoughts on the movie. And I haven't done a movie review in a long time, but I figured this movie's relatively new, and I figured I wanted to talk about it. And like I said, if you guys want to see more movie reviews, make sure you tell me in the comments. This is gonna be uploaded today. This is gonna be a bonus upload because I think I have a figure review scheduled for today, or maybe I don't. So maybe this works out perfectly. Anyway, that's it, guys. I will still say go out and support this movie because I would like to see another one. Because out of I think it's 82 or 83 stories between the three books, there's a lot of potential for a sequel, and I would really like to explore them that more. So watch this movie, support it, and I think it's a good. It's really bright right now. That's why there's a glare. It's a good, fun, enjoyable movie, but as a horror movie, it doesn't stand out. Um, when, like I said, this felt like it was a summer of horror movies. I think we had like six pretty big horror movies this year. Like I said, it was Brightburn, it was Child's Play, Crawl, Annabelle, Midsummer, and this, which I think were like it, and Ready or Not. So there you go. Uh, as always, like the video, share, comment, subscribe. If you didn't like the video, that's okay. Feel free to thumbs it down because that's your right, and that's that's your right. That's your choice. I don't ever want to tell you not to dislike something, but even if you do dislike it, hopefully you'll come back and check out the next video. I don't know what it's gonna be. Uh, and that's it. Like I said, if you guys want to see more movie reviews, let me know in the comments. If you don't want to see me talk about movies anymore and you think I don't know what I'm talking about, leave that in the comments. If you saw the movie, let me know in the comments what you thought. No spoilers. Don't spoil it for anybody, but just let me know what you thought. As always, guys, whenever it is you're watching this, have yourselves a great day, and I will see you in the next video, and bye.